Hi, it's me, Sloan. One week, Valerie and I were in the city on St. Mark's Place, both coming from different interviews in the area, and we're back on our way to New Jersey. We decided to stop for lunch before heading back. She was complaining that she felt awkward in a skirt and her legs were cold. I happened to be wearing an extra pair of leggings. I discreetly, under the table, mind you, we're seated just behind the barricade on the street, so I could smoke not to disturb the other patrons, right in front of the windows that span from floor to ceiling of the pizzeria, right on the corner of Astor and 3rd Avenues. In a terribly crowded intersection, I slip off the outer layer of leggings and slipped them to her under the table, and she slipped them on while I relaced my boots. All the while we're having a conversation trying to seem nonchalant. We ate our pizza and left. I like to think we pulled it off without being seen. I highly doubt it. We took the train to Times Square to make our way to New Jersey bound buses. We very quickly were made aware that it was in fact St. Patrick's Day, since the streets were taped off, blocked, and packed with bodies. Our way to New Jersey was blocked, and we weren't going to wade through bodies to get to a bus that would probably leave us by the time we got there. We could kill time at the Tower Records down the street until the crowd dissipated, at least enough for us to get through without getting into a fight with some random tourist over a personal space. You can take the girl out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the girl, I suppose. We began flitting from section to section like little vinyl fairies. Oh, I forgot, and this is an important detail. Once we realized what day it was, I dug into my bag and found us green glitter to wear. So when I say flitting like fairies, it seems appropriate because K-Rock mentioned us. Well, they called us pixies, but I get ahead of myself here. At Tower Records, we were going up and down the escalators and going through all of the stacks and every section. I think we left glitter behind because we were generous with the application of the glitter, and it was shaking off everywhere. And we got home with plenty left. When we got downstairs and ran literally like little children in opposite directions, my boots got tripped up in some wires along the floor. I, being a genius, thought this was inconvenient. So I proceeded to unplug this rather large, loosely fastened cable that tripped me up, and I threw each end in opposite directions, clearing my way, and I resumed my romping about. As I was coming back through the area, it being the center and apparently where the stage was being erected, I found 2 cables were tripping me up. Now I thought, well, this is clearly inconsiderate and spiteful. I unplugged them and threw them out of my path. I flitted back a 3rd time to go through to the 4th section. This time, it was just the 2. I was just annoyed now and kicked them even further after unplugging them. About that time was when I realized that K-Rock was the station being broadcast in the store from the store. They were announcing a delay. We were being reassured that Van Halen would go on as soon as the glitter-covered pixies at the Tower Records would stop sabotaging the equipment. I looked through a few more records, amused by the announcement, and then the wording. And then I realized, because I have this horrendous delayed reaction thing that gets me in plenty of trouble and all the time, they might be talking about me, because I'm an idiot. Like characters, straight out of a Looney Tune, we both looked at each other over the stacks of vinyl, searched for an exit, and ran. Not to worry. We made it safely home without incident with either Tower Record security or the tourists cluttering the streets. I served my purpose, though. The reason for over-glittering and prancing about was to shed off the shit part of the day. We had accomplished that much at the very least. We did not, however, stay to watch Van Halen perform, for an ever-comical fear of being lynched by their fans who had been waiting. Yes. So, the troublesome glitter-covered pixies who ruined the Van Halen show that day. As one of those glitter-covered pixies, I apologize for any delays that we may have caused.